This is for Stephen Bruce and Matt Wall, who I know will appreciate this. I'm going to read some poems by Ray Carver. Ray Carver was an American short story writer and poet. Enough said. What page? 30. Rain. Woke up this morning with a terrific urge to lie in bed all day and read. Fought against it for a minute, then looked out the window at the rain and gave over. Put myself entirely in the keep of this rainy morning. Would I live my life over again, make the same unforgivable mistakes? Yes, given half a chance, yes. The hat. Walking around on our first day in Mexico City, we came to a sidewalk cafe on Reforma Avenue, where a man in a hat sits drinking beer. At first, the man seems just like any other man, wearing a hat, drinking a beer in the middle of the day. But next to this man, asleep on the broad sidewalk, is a bear with its head on its paws. The bear's eyes are closed, but not all the way, as if it were there and not there. Everyone is giving the bear a wide berth, but a crowd is gathering, too, bulging out onto the avenue. The man has a chain around his waist. The chain goes from his lap to the bear's collar, a band of steel. On the table in front of the man rests an iron bar with a leather handle. And as if this were not enough, the man drains the last of his beer and picks up the bar, gets up from the table and hauls on the chain. The bear stirs, opens its mouth, old brown and yellow fangs, but fangs. The man jerks on the chain hard. The bear rises to all fours now and growls. The man slaps the bear on its shoulder with the bar, bringing a tiny cloud of dust. Growls something himself. The bear waits while the man takes another swing. Slowly the bear rises onto its hind legs, swings in air and at that goddamned bar. Begins to shuffle then, begins to snap its jaws as the man slugs it again. And yes, again with that bar. There's a tambourine, I nearly forgot that. The man shakes it as he chants, as he strikes the bear who weaves on its hind legs, growls and snaps and weaves in a poor dance. This scene lasts forever. Whole seasons come and go before it's over, and the bear drops to all fours, sits down on its haunches, gives a low, sad growl. The man puts the tambourine on the table, puts the iron bar on the table too. Then he takes off his hat. No one applauds. A few people see what's coming and walk away, but not before the hat appears at the edge of the crowd, begins to make its way from hand to hand through the throng. The hat comes to me and stops. I'm holding the hat, and I can't believe it. Everybody's staring at it. I stare right along with them. You say my name and in the same breath hiss, "For God's sake, pass it along." I toss in the money I have. Then we leave and go on to the next thing. Hours later in bed, I touch you and wait, and then touch you again, whereupon you uncurl your fingers. I put my hands all over you then, your limbs, your long hair even, hair that I touch and cover my face with and draw salt from. But later, when I close my eyes, the hat appears, then the tambourine, then the chain. Blood. We were 5 at the craps table, not counting the croupier and his assistant. The man next to me had the dice cupped in his hand. He blew on his fingers and said, "Come on, baby," and leaned over the table to throw. At that moment, bright blood rushed from his nose, spattering the green felt cloth. He dropped the dice, stepped back, amazed, and then terrified as blood ran down his shirt. "God, what's happening to me?" he cried. Took hold of my arm. I heard death's engines turning, but I was young at the time and drunk and wanted to play. I didn't have to listen. So I walked away, didn't turn back ever, or find this in my head until today.